Now let's see complemented lattice. So what is a complemented lattice is? You know what a complement is, right? So if every element of the lattice has a complement, then we can say that it is a complemented lattice. Okay, so what I mean by this is you should be having some complement, that's it. For example, see this, let us say we have a lattice like this. Lattice is 1, 2, 3 and 6. This is this set, and on this set divides is the relation, and it is the poset and a lattice. Now in this lattice, if you try to put the elements will be like this, right? Now if you try to find out the complement, every element will have a complement. For example, if you watch this, every element is going to have a complement. The complement of 2 is 3. The complement of 3 is 2, complement of 1 is 6, complement of 6 is 1. Therefore, since all the elements are having the complements, we can say that it is complemented lattice. And one more interesting thing is, even if we are not having any restriction that every element should have only one complement or a unique complement, every element can have any number of complements, right? This is a complemented lattice. I'll give you one more example. Let us say in this set itself, or let me take it separately, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 30. This is the set and divides is the relation. Then if you try to draw the Hussey diagram, it is going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 5 and then 30. Alright, now see the complements. Complement of 2 is 3 as well as 5, and complements of 3 are 2 as well as 5, and complements of 5 are 2 as well as 3. Complement of 30 is 1 and complement of 1 is 30. Now in this case, every element is having complement, and moreover some elements are having more than one complements. That is not an issue. So only thing that matters is every element should have at least one complement. Even if you have more than one complement, still the lattice is going to be complemented lattice. So we'll see more examples also. So there will be some examples for which it may not be complement, right? So if you try to see this one, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4. It is set of 4 elements, and the relation is like this: a comma less than or equal to. So it is a poset, right, and a bounded lattice. So one more thing, we are talking about only bounded lattices. So if it is not bounded, it cannot be complemented. The reason is we cannot talk about complements unless it is bounded. Yes, in this case it is bounded, but still it is not complemented lattice. The reason is you don't have complement for the element 2, you don't have complement for the element 3. You have complement for the element 1 and for the element 4. So this is not a complemented lattice. So if you don't find complements even for one element, then we can say that it is not complemented lattice. So a lattice is going to be a complemented lattice only if every element in the lattice is going to have the complement. It is not that we should have for one element if there is complement we cannot call it, right? So important points which you should be remembering in this concept is we should have at least one complement, which means even if we have more than one complement also we can call that lattice as complemented lattice. Okay, now coming to this distributive lattice, one interesting point is there. In a distributed lattice, every element, if they have a complement, then it should be unique, which means there should be at most one complement for a lattice. For example, there is a chance that this particular lattice might become a distributive lattice, but I am not saying that it is a distributed lattice. The reason is, in this one every element is having at most one complement, but then there is definitely, this lattice is definitely not distributive lattice. The reason is, here one element is having more than one complements. So remember this point. In a distributive lattice, it is not necessary that every element should have a complement, but in case if an element is having a complement, it should be unique, which means no element is supposed to have more than one complement. They may have 1 or 0, right? So you can remember it this way. In a distributed lattice, every element can have either one complement or 0 complement. If in case if an element doesn't, if a lattice doesn't satisfy this, which means if for an element if you can find more than one complement, then you can directly say that it is not distributive lattice. But then it is just a necessary condition, not sufficient condition. What I mean by this is, even if a lattice is having either this 1 or 0 complements for every element, still you cannot say that it is distributive. If it doesn't follow this property, then you cannot say that it is not distributive. But if it follows this property, we cannot say that it is distributive. For example, there is a chance that this might be distributive, but we have to check it further. We shall see it later. And again, this one, it is not distributive at all because it is having more than one complements. And now what about this? There is a chance that it is going to be distributive because every element is having 0 or 1 complement. But now is it really distributive? We shall see it later. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.